I'm Sarah Jo, your host here in the Diamond Lane on Classic 107 in Winnipeg, hanging out at 4 degrees below zero with a wind chill of -8. To warm us up, another episode of Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live.
From the Classic 107 studios in downtown Winnipeg, 107 Live for Birchwood Jaguar, the art of performance.
As part of our wind-up for the Manitoba Band Association's Solo and Ensemble Festival, we here at Classic 107 have been inviting small ensembles of young musicians from all around Winnipeg to join us for a little music making. And today we have a quartet of flutes, Ainsley, Sengi, Hannah, and Dexter, all students of Lori Jede, from whom we heard an ensemble yesterday even. So welcome to the studio, you four. Is this the first time on the radio for you guys? Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah. Okay, so whoever chooses to want to speak, whenever you're compelled, just come up to the mic and we'll chat a little bit. So how long have y'all been playing flute? Yeah, should we start with Ainsley? Let's just go from one side to the other.
I've been playing since I was in grade 6.
Okay, so. You've been playing since you were grade 6, but so how many years is that for you?
5.
Ainsley's been playing for 5 years. Sengi, how long for you?
I've been playing since grade 6 for 2 years.
For 2 years. Okay, so y'all are junior high. Well, you're high school, you're junior high. And then we have Hannah over here. How long have you been playing, Hannah?
I've been playing since grade 6, so for 2 years also.
For 2 years as well. Okay, and then Dexter.
And I just started last year.
You just started last year. Yeah. Okay, so did you all join band programs at your schools, at your respective schools? Yeah? Yeah, for the most part? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so how long have you been playing, the four of you, as an ensemble?
We've had one rehearsal together, so
You've
this
had
is
one
the second
rehearsal?
time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Ainsley, you guys have had one rehearsal together. So what compelled you to choose to participate in this solo and ensemble festival for the Manitoba Band Association? Anybody? This is Dexter.
Yeah, I think it was just, it's something I've never done. I've never been in a music festival.
Okay.
And so when she asked if I wanted
Lori,
to play...
your teacher?
Yeah, when Lori asked if I wanted to play in a flute quartet, I just figured, why not? Because it's fun to play music. It's fun to, and I love performing, so.
Awesome.
I've
Well,
never done that before.
That's good. Do you play another instrument?
I do. Flute's actually not my main instrument.
What is it?
In band, I play the oboe.
Okay.
And I picked flute up on the side because my school had a flute choir and I wanted to play in it. So I learned flute.
So that's pretty different. Let's take a minute with that. Okay, so you have two wind instruments. For those of our listeners who have never really experienced playing either flute or oboe, could you tell us a little bit about what the differences are between production and with the flute and production with an oboe?
Well, because I originally started on the clarinet,
and
then
wow.
I played the
Okay.
I found that when I played the flute, it took quite a bit more air.
Right.
But then when I went to the oboe, it was like nothing in comparison. The
Yeah,
oboe
but the
took
pressure
a
is
lot
so
more
much
air.
intense. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I found that, and it's tuning.
Tuning is
very
tough.
different.
Yeah.
It's not the same on the flute. It's I mean, obviously you hold it differently too. You hold one vertically and one horizontally.
Right.
But the fingerings are similar though, so they're similar in some ways, but there's enough really big differences to make them really different at the same time.
Yeah. Do any of the rest of you play another instrument? Yeah? Everybody's nodding. Okay. So Hannah is shaking her head. Sengi, what else do you play?
I play the piano.
Okay.
And I just started this summer alto saxophone.
Oh, wow. Saxophone is one of my favorite instruments, so that's super wicked. I'm a big fan of that. But in terms of piano, I mean, going from an instrument where you can play, technically you could play 10 voices at once if you have all of your fingers. And if you have more, you could play more. But how is it different for you playing an instrument that only plays one line and then going to another instrument that can play so many?
Well, my air, it took a lot of air, so I don't know, that was difficult.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to breathe when you play piano, but but it's not necessarily part of the playing. I mean, it's part of your line, right? Expressively, it's good to breathe with your line, I suppose. Yeah. So, but different lyrically, like, I mean, you can play a beautiful melody, on the piano and a beautiful melody on the flute. And I mean, what do you feel is musically the difference for you?
There's no bass, so sometimes it's hard to keep the rhythm.
Oh yeah, that's a good observation. And how about you, Ainsley? What else do you play?
I play piano as well.
You play piano as well. And what do you find the differences are? Or like, what do you like about one more than the other, or the other more than the other?
I
prefer playing flute than piano.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. But and why? Do you know why?
No.
Do you want to go?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You just enjoy jamming on the solo instrument a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't have to think about it as much when you're playing flute compared to piano.
Right.
When you find piano, it's a lot more to think about.
Piano brains, those brains of those pianists out there, they're pretty brilliant people being able to think about all those things at once so often. Hey, friends, so this is your first time, this is your first time for the Solo Ensemble Festival, all of you?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm so excited to hear what you guys have prepared. I heard a little bit of Bizet earlier. Is that what we're going to hear? Yeah? Yes? Yes. Yeah. Hannah, what are we going to hear?
We're going to hear Habanera.
The Habanera from Bizet's Carmen, from this brilliant flute trio. Hey, did you guys know that there's another flute trio? There's a recorder trio coming to town called Flute alors, and they're playing on Saturday. It's a quartet of recorders, but they're all different sizes. They're going to be really cool. You should check that out. I'll give you the info afterwards. Anyway, this brilliant young flute quartet of junior high and high school ages. We have Ainsley, Sengi, Hannah, and Dexter on their way to the Manitoba Band Association Solo and Ensemble Festival on Friday. A little Bizet, and that'll do it for this episode of Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live. At your leisure. For 4 flutes, a little Bizet, and that does it for today's episode of Birchwood Jaguar 107 Live.
107 Live is Classic 107's intimate concert series, brought to you by Birchwood Jaguar, the art of performance.